So we're here today with Ryan Trebon from the Cannondale Clement team. Ryan's been a CTS athlete for quite a while, working with Jim Lehman. And you're in town now for the Pro XCT race at Ute Valley. How's the season going so far?
It's just starting actually. It's going really well. This is actually going to be my second race I've done this year, well, since the beginning of February. So I'm actually excited and looking forward to racing this weekend.
How is the season different for, you're a cyclocross athlete primarily, and then I have a mountain bike season. How's your season and your preparation different than, say, the road guys? I mean, from the an annual basis.
Well, typically I think they quit racing, or not quit racing, stop racing in September, into September, and our racing starts September 1st and goes through the middle of February. And so then they start racing again in January, February. And I don't start racing usually until middle of May, beginning of June. Just you need a little break time, a little breather, let it recharge the body, and just get a solid block of training in.
So who has an easier time of it? I mean, the start the training in January, racing in January, or you get a later start to the season?
I don't know. I like our schedule. It's kind of hard sometimes when a lot of the other people don't have anything to do. They have October, November off, and everybody's like having fun and riding motorcycles, and you're like still racing every weekend. And I think it's hard to race in cyclocross. It's easy to race and train in the summer. It's really hard to race and train all winter long when the weather's the worst. But I wouldn't change anything for the world, man. I love racing cross, and I like the way our season's set up.
And you've had some injuries and illnesses and things to overcome in the last few years, and you've come back strong several times to national championships on the in cyclocross and appearances at Worlds, etc. How has working with Jim helped to kind of get through some of those down spots?
It's a really good resource to use, I think, because sometimes when you have an injury and you start to come back and then you plateau, and every day you want to see things improve, and sometimes you just get to the point where things just kind of stagnate for a bit and it gets frustrating. And it's nice to have someone that just keeps you encouraged and keeps you motivated that things will get better eventually, and you're going to keep improving. Just give it time and not to do too much too soon. And it's just another resource to bounce ideas off of, and it's good confidant.
So the Cannondale Clement team is a new shift for you this year. How's the new team been, and what's it looking like for going to the cyclocross season?
Awesome. I'm actually really excited. The bikes are fantastic. Been really happy with the Cannondale bikes so far, and once working with Stu Thorne from cyclocrossworld.com for the cross season, we've already been discussing things, getting parts ordered. He knows what I need for bikes wise and clothing set up and everything, and so we're just dialed in. It's last year we did a lot of work, me and Dusty, my mechanic, ourselves, and this year everything's taken care of. So it's pretty phenomenal support so far, and I'm really excited for the rest of the year.